Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeGATEHub, sponsored by Tradeview Markets, coaches on the road, uh, zooming in and out. Bottom line is this, and this is what I'm going to focus on. And this is, what do we focus on? Sentiment. This is stock or hedge fund exposure, stock exposure in single names. Forget about the market, which is why Google's down, Google's down 2, Microsoft's up 2, Apple's down 10 cents, things like that. When it comes to individual stocks, it's bullish. I said, come on, guys, forget what the market is. And let's look at our screen, for example, of stocks that are making moves percentage-wise, even though the VIX is still abated. Although something's up today, I'm not going to lie. Percentage gainers intraday. All right, let's go to stocks that have a better volume because we want something that at least trades 100,000 as of now. All right, woof. You know what? Look at the woof. And I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I bought Chewy yesterday. There's woof. Obviously, a heavily shorted stock. Mean to the reversion to the mean, whatever they cause it. As the stock goes from 177 to 3. As I said before, Google may take a rest, Apple may take a rest, other stocks like that. I saw Chewy calls going up yesterday, and I said, you know what? This Chewy doesn't look bad, but I felt that I didn't want the liquid. I have, listen, my predicament, if you will, is that I have a lot of shares on, and I don't want the liquidity to dry up. So, God forbid something's wrong with NVIDIA, the VIX pops. I'm stuck with all these shares, not necessarily low floaters. I'm positioned, mixed, but I have stocks like, what do I have? Like 40,000 donut. You know what I mean? That's what, I have donut. Even though I think if NVIDIA goes down, donut might go, it's beaten down and everything like that. I just don't want, the volume to dry up. What happened? VIPs. I had 22,000 VIPs coming. The stock VIPs, Vipplecom, was 1540 this morning. I believe I woke up this morning. 1540 had earnings. Major moves. It was 1540, I think. Watch this. Settings. Let's go to 4:30 a.m. VIPs, man, was like freaking 1545. And I'll show you the VIPs. Here's my VIPs. My execution on VIPs. I had a lot of executions. Sold 6,000. There's 6 sales. It must have sold 20, 30,000 VIPs. And the stock was what? Like I said, in the morning. It's not where it's been, it's where it's going. 1540. I almost top ticked it at 1740. That's 2 points. Looks pretty good. It needs rest. It's got a candle inside. Actually, it's got an outside day. See what happens. PDD at earnings. Best of breed. There you go. Buy on the news, maybe sell the rumor. PDD, let's get rid of these settings here. Doesn't really have the range that I thought it would. 9 a.m. is where we start. 9:30 a.m. actually. All right. PDD open. 145. The algos took it out. Dip and rip. The 157, 14. I don't know what's going to happen here yet. Not that I know what's going to happen. Baba was taking some calls. I nibbled. I don't like the type of calls it's taking. I think I bought some here and I just sold it. I'm at the seller. I bought it. What do I have here? Position info. Long 1600 from 83.88. I think I'm trying to sell it there, right? I don't want it. All right, let's go back to what's, was a pure play, which led all the solars, and I wanted to get down to my notes here. Another stock that's acting well before that. NVAX. Well, I mean, that's going with what? No, everybody goes, it's a vaccine stock. Marna, literally one of the hottest stocks on the board. Marna, 135 to 157. Go to the weekly. How you doing? Now it's got a little resistance, but you know what? These other stocks that I've been pointing, unfortunately, one of the downside of watching the screen and being an active manager is when you have maybe these thinner positions or, positions that you like. I mean, RNA yesterday was, 28.72. My point is, I don't want, if you want them to work, don't necessarily watch them all the time. RNA, same thing. NVAX, another one. Let's get back to First Solar, best of breed. Solar really, really outperforming all of them. And you know what? This NXT was formerly a best of breed, new sexy energy stock. They pulled the coach. They tried to knock it down a bunch of times and keep it down. It's an IPO. It's kind of a fresh stock, as you can see. Now it's gone up. SEDG, the other one that looks good is calls. It's bombing away above the 50, moving it. I think it's above the 200 day now. EMPH, taking calls. EMPH over the 200. I hope I'm on the right charts here because this is really good stuff. EMPH taking calls. You know what I mean? It's time. So SEDG, naturally I bought the laggard. And the problem with me today was I had so many positions and, I was hypocritical or contradictory, if you will. I should have concentrated on, because the VIX being still so low, although the volatility in individual stocks, as I said, is off the board, I should have concentrated on a handful of positions, larger size, because with the VIX low, I don't see many reversals. So with the strong kept going, SEDG, I was pounding this at the low, pounding it. 48.23. Made a sharp move up. I took some at 50, bought it back. So I started buying at 48.26. It's 53. I think I had 4,000 shares. I should have had 8,000 just buying and buying instead of just, trading my portfolio and going, wow, SCDG's moving up. But the leader of them all was BE. That was the one that told you BE and Fizzler. There's a chart of BE from yesterday. BE Energy out from nowhere. Woof. Maxon, all the solars now. Maxon, huge volume. There's the chart on Maxon. Array taking calls. Do you know all these? Array, look at the range. CSIQ, I'm not in it, but I am in a lot of QS. Is this over 6 yet? 598 at 56,000 QS, and I had 80,000. I sold some QS. Kept selling it and buying it, buying it. I did. QS doesn't go to 7, I'll be surprised. I'm not going to lie. I'm holding. I wish I could not get, you know what's leading the way also? ADI. ADI earnings. That's what you need to know. Analog devices for all you boomers out there. I'm not a boomer, I'm a proud Generation Xer, but ADI, analog devices, makes chips. Alarm Research the other day had earnings, right? There you go, flagging. How about Texan? That's the other one, the other boomer. Chart on Texan, parabolic. Qualcomm, the first one to take all the calls. Oh my God, I didn't even know these were up here, my God. All right, these are all going into NVIDIA earnings tonight. This is a sexy stock, IGMS. How you doing here? I hope I have CVAC going. Look at this, these little stocks, CVACs, short squeeze. Can I have one of mine too? I have so many NVACs. How did I not hold this? I could have been somebody. Plug even tick chat. You know what I blew? I blew it. I blew the Chinese solar plate too. I saw DQ, sexy coin, DQ Dairy Queen in the United States, but it's DQ, it's a Chinese solar. I saw it. I didn't take it. And the reason why I was thinking about taking these, if they're going to work, do this hedge fund exposure. And here is the list again on movers. Movers intraday, 60% all the way down to 6%, and that's half the board. CLSK taking calls. How can you not find CLSK? By the way, taking calls off the board. I apologize for everything. Here it is. And over the weekly, looks sexier. They couldn't break it. CLSK. All right, let's look at down stocks. You know what? A couple of stocks of mine worked on the downside. MGM I had short. I covered it nicely. Still going lower in there. MGM weekly. There's the daily. Home Depot. This Home Depot. The guys are short Home Depot. I'm not gonna lie. See this Home Depot daily below the 200 day. I'm not saying you go out. Don't be scared or timid that it's a $300 stock. It's all relative. Trust me, you'll get to use it. Straight smaller size. Home Depot's what you want to see. If it's stocks fighting inflation, that's not very. That's positive for rates. Lowe's, same thing. BLDP, CLSK, Tesla bagged me. I'm in Tesla, a lot of it. ENVX. Look at ENVX. All these things now. I'll go to my main board in a second. Let's look at the losers or any questions. Percent losers. Let's go on the intraday. CTRP, LIDR, VSAT, XP gave it up. GDS, Google, VFS, HBM. Listen, GCT, this is untold down 10. I didn't see that. Well, you know what? That only edifies my opinion on Home Depot. Cool. Let's go to Lennar. Now the home. Now they don't buy them anymore, Lewis. If you're on there, DHI. Nope. You know which one? PHM. It's PHM. They held this one up. I don't know. Or you just go to the XLB. Materials. Homies, XLH. XLB. Materials. Lulu. FCX down 350. Where's Coach? I should have known this. When he's on the road, it happens. FCX. Penthouse to the poorhouse. 52 to 50.77. Down 350. Man, that's bad. TSLL at 50,000 TSLL. I'm in trouble. How many do I have here? 39,000 TSL. How does this not work? If I was short TSL held this thing, it'd be at 12. But where's my plan here? It's a loser. And I'm long it from 832. All right, now I got to do some damage control. I don't want it to go below 777, which by the way wouldn't help when I have a lot of it. But I think it holds. I mean, the trade's over. Now it's in a gap with Tesla. Now I'm gonna have to wait for NVIDIA, which I don't want to do. Now I'm trapped. So I got to maneuver. I got to work it like the old days. I got to work the position in Tesla. TSLL. Triple ETFs, that's what you get. FCX. Any questions? NVIDIA earnings, obviously. McD, thanks for tuning in there. Good trader, McDougal. ADIs I brought out. I've been trading well. Let's movers. Percent gainers last 15 minutes. Percent losers for the last 15 minutes. SPWR array. CSIQ, that taking solars back there. Percent gainers 15 minutes. ASTS, this is a sexy one. You know what? 15 minutes. All right, I'll leave it there, everyone. I'm in obviously fast and furious in the room. Movers, Chewy, Zim, JP Morgan. Let's look at the banks that are getting hammered all over the place with calls yesterday, including Citibank resting a touch. Let's look at, stock that's taking calls is REXR. What else do I like? NBO resting for more. TJX, story of the day retail. That came in though. That popped. 104. Still on a read. TJX acting well. Urban. I was short this from 44.55 last evening. Now it's 39. Futures, is that higher or lower? I don't even know. They're lower. What's moving? Gap stores lower. Kohl's. Macy's even worked. This will tell you something. Macy's reversal yesterday, huge. They could have destroyed it. And it went well. Let's look at the big daddy. Dillard's leads all department stores. That's actually broken on a low, which leads me to believe that Dillard's might buy Macy's, highly unlikely, or Macy's is just, but you know what? It's above the moving averages. These algos are programmed there. So SMR, Fizzler, SCTG, Zim, positive, AMC, you bastard. Target had earnings. There's Target. What's going on here? There's Target yet to be determined, bounced up to 200 day for those major macro guys that trade those good stocks. Target, you had it, it's 1/3 page at $5 to be perfect, but it did bounce on the 200 day noted for any of those technicians. So I'll leave it there, posting all earnings in TGH. Just a normal routine. And for those that aren't feeling familiar with it, let me go back to TradeGATEHub for a second. Because things are getting Lucid breaking high. Tesla can't break high. If Lucid's breaking higher. Planeteer, Uber, DraftKings, General Motors breaking lower now. Las Vegas Airlines lower. GCP, PDD, ON Semiconductor. I got everything well. I wanted to buy this AHR last night. Let's get back to this. Yeah. Let's go to new share. Right here, get to know us. Without a live demo account, live count, demo count, red icon, YouTube icon button. Get to know us and over 5,000 viewers, subscribers, doing videos 2 a day, quality every day, garnering 500-600 views, sometimes 7,000 views, depending on which all-star guest coach has for some sort of years now. So listen, we're here for every style. I don't want to be redundant. Plus a little bit of focus. I'll try to do better the next time. Listen, there's a lot going on. I have stocks in front of me moving 30% on 100% volume by almost noontime on a day. So I'm going to readjust. We have everything, everything for every type of trader. Short term, medium term, long term. A lot of participation internationally for us. It's active. Thanks for tuning in. Mike VTG. Don't you let your trades turn into positions. Most of all, I have a plan. Cheers.